There they are, everybody. Yeah, go for it, George. I was just talking on the radio there. The wild dogs. One of them is playing with a bit of elephant poo-poo. And there are some baboons shouting at them. In fact, Dave, can you see that baboon scratching himself, staring at them from the top there? Just sort of coming down the tree now. No, oh, that little guy will do, but there's one in the light on the tree behind. Just to the left, he's gone now, never mind. The big tree there, yeah. He may have been unsighted. Malcolm, I'm going to say I hope we don't get to hear any of the whooping. And the reason that I don't want to hear any whooping is that normally it means they've been separated, and that's quite a heart-rending sound that they make, that whooping sound. Now, these dogs will not think about having a go at a baboon. The baboons are big and strong, and obviously they can climb trees, and there's just many, many easier things for them to have a go at. Very lucky we are now to have the dogs with us. Much excitement in my heart right now. Well, yes, Lindsay, Brent will be jealous, but that is, that is Brent's trouble, not mine. He will be back here not too long from now, so he'll be able to take some pictures of wild dogs then. Quite hot. I don't know why it's only 3. Again, I'm pretty sure some of you will know who these dogs are before I do. So by all means, tell us who you think they are. Rosalind, African wild dogs are quite specific in their tastes. They only eat fresh meat. There are very, very few records of them doing any kind of scavenging. And when I say they eat fresh meat, they normally go for anything from the size of a scrub hare up to the size of a sort of young nyala, I suppose, depending on the size of the pack. A big pack will kill something the size of a wildebeest. And these chaps, like I said, will probably start to get moving in about half an hour, I'm guessing. And then they will hunt, and then it will be, as Brent Leo Smith likes to put it, pandemonium. Carlaby, wild dogs are, in theory, relatively territorial. It's very difficult for them to mark their territories, though, because, of course, the home range that they live in is so vast. Strictly speaking, I suppose you might say they're not territorial because they're unable to mark it, and they do, come into each other's home ranges, but they do mark. They do definitely defecate on boundaries, especially if they smell other wild dogs. Well, that was very convenient timing on our part. They're now moving and perhaps thinking about a hunt. And we've got what I call the beta up front and the alpha at the back. Yes, Kirsten, they're moving. That is what wild dogs do. Did you not know that? They move. It's a specific way of running. It's called moving. Let's see where they move off to, shall we? No, Betty, even... Look, she's begging from him now. Betty, this is big enough for to hunt. I mean, like I said, the 2 of them killed an impala, the 2 of them killed a bushbuck, 2 females. I thought at one stage that there were 2 males with this pack, and that the one that was whooping and making a noise was part of them. You hear a few mongoose going in the background. She pushed the other female off this male when she got close. So I'm going to stick with my interpretation of the dominance hierarchy here. Oh, it's going to get hairy. I'm going to call in some reinforcements. Stations, these animals are now mobile. They're going north parallel with the Mlamati drainage from Mamba Road. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, they are moving now quite quickly towards the north. So yeah, if you're coming from Cheetah Cut lines, come maybe come Mamba, yeah, or Batalia if you can get onto Batalia. There. Okay, so there they are, crossing over. I don't want to follow them too closely because I'm not sure I can get out of the riverbed there. Alright, apparently we're losing signal, so let's go to Brent and the lions. We'll try and follow these dogs for as long as we can. They sure are on the move, there they go. Smelling some impala dung, that's interesting. Could it be that they are smelling it to see how fresh it is? No negative, Guaripan would be a very poor option. You want to try and come central now and down Vultures, down Nyala Road South. There's a new landowner in town trying to get here. The chances of him seeing these dogs before dark are very small. At least they're moving towards him. Rose, no number of wild dogs would dare try and take down a lion. The lions are too big, too fast, too strong, and no wild dog would take on lions. I mean, unless it was 12 or 13 of them against a very sick lion. Let's try and figure the social dynamics again. Again, we've got the female I picked as the alpha playing with the male. Did she say something there? By she, I mean Kirsten, of course. Right, here they go running again. Pop up the road, there's the male still behind. Same order in front, what I call the beta in front, the alpha behind. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but let's just keep watching. Male sneezing, bringing up the rear. Alright, hold on. Now, you see the ears have gone up. See they're stopping? David, we need to move. These things are going to start moving soon, I think. I think they've spotted something. See, she's going off to the side. And she's stopped trotting. She's now having a little canter. The others aren't doing anything, though. Except this, what I call the alpha, is anal pasting. That's very interesting. Right, still following. I can't see the other one now. Male now anal pasting over where the female did. So they're not particularly serious about hunting. There we go. The female in the front's got a limpy back leg. Barramuir, yes they do actually. They are born with flopped over ears. I've only just thought about that. There's a duiker there they can see. I don't think they're not going to go for it. It's underneath the big jackalberry there, Darv. They don't seem to have noticed it. Oh, you can't see it. It's not in a position you could see it. Now it's gone. It's just seen them and it's gone. Poof! 2 of them running off into the bush. Will they chase? No, I think probably not quite close enough. If they'd seen it as I saw it, I think they would have given it a go. He's still thinking about it. Alright, now we've got what I call the alpha in front, the beta behind. Go. Animals now mobile north up Twin Dams from Chelapan. Best approach if you're on Central is to come to Gari Dam and then head south on Twin Dams Road. It's difficult getting people into these sightings. What is your position now? A little bit of a pincer maneuver going on here. Oh, there's definitely some action going on here. What have they just found? They've just found something. Something went running off, made a huge noise. Was it a leopard? Couldn't have been. Was there a leopard sitting here? One of the dogs let out a kind of yelp. I saw something ducking down into the bush. Let's just wait and see what unfolds here. There's no noise at the moment. It's entirely silent. Anyway, Kirsten just said we can hear that noise. I don't think there was there wasn't a significant noise. They saw something in here. Maybe just the brakes on the car, yes. Squeaky, squeaky. And apparently there are a huge herd of impala at the dam cam, which is exciting. So we're getting quite close up towards the dam now. And now we have the beta in front again, alpha behind. Still the male lurks in the sort of rear guard, if you like. It's wonderful when they're on the road for this length of time, because normally they disappear into the block and we can't see them for ages. Okay, they've stopped. I can't see them. Well, they're going back towards the road, are they? Typical. Absolutely typical. Alright, while we get through this, I think let's go back across to Brent Leo Smith, who will be jealous of my dogs, but very pleased, probably, with the male lion that he has at his disposal to show you now. I think they've just killed a scrub hare. Here we go. They've got something. They've chased something into a hole here, everybody. David, are you right in that bush? They suddenly charged in here. I'm sure something has taken refuge in a little tunnel. It's quite cool. Right, let me move back a little bit. Poor old David nearly got his block knocked off. He's not smiling, everyone. He's not pleased. I think they'll probably give up and now head down into the drainage line or up onto the road. I'm just going to tell you, hun. Yeah, and they chased something into a hole here, but they seem to have given up now. Well, they're the impala. The dogs have now adopted their sort of hunting stance. They drop their shoulders, drop their ears. I think maybe let's try an unscheduled broadcast, Kirsten. Let's see what happens. It might be a waste of time. We might be lucky. Alright, apparently that's failed. Tech lets us down. I mean the actual tech, not the people involved in tech. And the dogs are on the hunt. Look, see the head's gone down? They're looking at the impala. The impala do not know that they're there yet, otherwise they would have run. Impala are still grazing. Now they're judging the distance. They're probably about 100 meters away. That's 300 feet. Probably slightly far. Right, apparently we are live with you who've just joined us. Welcome to the Western Kruger National Park. We're with wild dogs, Africa's second most endangered carnivore, and they may well soon be on the hunt for some impala, which are just over there and do not seem to know that they are being watched by one of the continent's most ferocious predators. There we are. That infrastructure there is known as Vuyatela, and it is part of Djuma, private game reserve there. One of the impala looked up, so let's see what the wild dogs do. Often they'll just give chase straight away if they've been seen. Now it seems they are going to go to sleep. That is deeply inconvenient. Let's just give them a few minutes. The one at the front is looking intent, ears pinned back. Tom, this is cool. It's very cool indeed. We're sitting here as the sun goes down. The sun has gone down actually, and we're completely live from the wilderness of the Western Kruger, with wild dogs hunting impala who've just come down for their evening drink. Carleen, the dog's prey are just over there. There are some impala. I have the feeling that those dogs have now been seen because the idiot started rolling in the ground for no good reason. The impala are very fast. One of them is going alarm calling. Normally they don't even bother to alarm call at dogs, they just run. This is turning into a slightly damp squib, but let's keep watching. I really thought we had a chance of seeing our full hunt here, and we're perfectly positioned so we wouldn't have to move the car. Now, Judy's one of the greatest misconceptions about wild dogs there, they're on the hunt again, is that they are cruel killers. Yes, they do often start eating before the prey is dead, but the prey doesn't feel anything. The impala have run away, and the dogs are still moving. We may have a hunt here. They do tear their prey apart very quickly and then swallow it. And so, while yes, technically I suppose they are eating while the animal is alive, it happens extremely fast. Much faster they kill than lions, for example. Lions often take a long time to kill their prey. Here we go, and they're off. Right, we're going to just let them run for a while, and then we'll decide to move. They're running across us now. This is fantastic stuff. You'll hear that there is no alarm calling coming from the impala. They're just running for their lives. All right, let's move. That was very exciting. I'll just find a gear that'll make the car go forward. Oh dear. Come on now. Oh, they've given up. All right, let's just calm this all down now. One of them's coming down to have a drink, I think. The others have given up ahead. They're all coming down this way now. Yep, I can see the third one coming back down this way. Is that alright, Dov? Not sure why they should be nervous here. Now, Hosana the male leopard is not too far from here, must be said. He's at the Gallego pan, which is just around the corner. I don't know if he's still there. I imagine that he probably is. He will be displeased to see two wild dogs. I wonder if they can't smell him. Because he was around here last night, of course. You can just hear the tinkling of the blacksmith lapwing. That's all the sound there is. And the wind, of course. Well, that was very exciting. Equally exciting, I think, is the sound of a male lion going roar, roar. So let's go back to Brent Leo Smith and see if he can top the call of his male lion.
Hosana 2,
Righty, well, we're still here, waiting with bated breath to find out if the wild dogs get hold of Scoobert. We do, of course, hope desperately that Scoobert remains out of their ambit. I don't know what they're doing. I think they must have eaten something large this morning, and so that hunt really was not very serious at all. Certainly not for one of them. One of them gave it a big go. In fact, interestingly, the female I've been calling the beta, she was the one who came back last. That was the one we're looking at now. Is it? No, it's not. That's the alpha. Shelley, I think relatively powerful. I don't think they're anything like as powerful as a leopard's jaws or a hyena's jaws, but I mean they've certainly got... How are you? Good. I think they've certainly got a level of strength to them, probably not too dissimilar from a domestic dog's bite. You know, we know domestic dogs are obviously capable of pretty tremendous feats of biting power, but nothing like a leopard or a hyena, I wouldn't say. Let's pop down this way. Once it gets dark, we're just going to let them filter off into the bush and leave them be. And then maybe we'll pop back towards Hosana and see if we can get a view of him. There they go, plodding across the dam wall. And in fact, I think this is probably a good time to leave them. So this will be our last view of them, unless something utterly astounding happens to happen in front of us. And all of you are very concerned about Scoobert. Well, clearly they have missed Scoobert. I didn't see any of them sort of have a lick at something and then move on. That's all Scoobert would have done for them, I'm afraid. They're not... It doesn't look like they are going to go too far from Hosana. They could easily turn to the left of where they are now, which is north, and head round on the road towards Hosana. Let's put some lights on so I can see where I'm going. I'm not going to try and find them again. If we do bump into them on the way out of here, then that's fine. But otherwise, we're going to call it quits. Alrighty, we're going to leave them now. And that's going to be it. Wonderful. Guys, we're going to leave these dogs now. 2 stations here. Yeah. Everyone is leaving the dogs, and we're all going to see if we can pick up on Hosana. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Oh, hang on a second. The dogs are right here now. They're about to run over us. Hi, guys. We're trying to leave you. You can have a look at the flare. That's quite nice. There you go, guide monkey. Isn't that pretty? Look how hot they are. They do seem to run quite hot. I'm going to quickly get on the radio. They're on the road in front of us here, guys. We're trying to give them the opportunity to go off hunting without us crashing around behind them, and they've just come and joined us on the road. They could end up with Hosana, in which case Hosana is going to find himself perched in a tree fairly quickly. Isn't that nice? It's a lovely picture of them disappearing. We have a slightly different lens on the flare this afternoon. It's a wider lens. Alrighty, we can move on. Hosana is just in that bush there. You can just see his little body staring into the same bushes he's been hunting through for the last, goodness knows, 5-6 days. He looks relatively well fed to me today, so I think maybe he's been feeding on little scrub hares and things. I don't think he's eaten nothing for the last 3 or 4 days. Might just have the car pulling into view. No, we don't. They're fine. I don't want to go any closer than this. I think that he is trying to hunt. Having watched his hopeless attempt at the diker last night on the dam cam, I feel like he could use all the help he can get. I don't know if any of you managed to catch that, but if you didn't, a diker basically stepped on his nose. And he chased it and managed to miss. I'm not saying I could have caught it, of course, but I'm surprised he didn't. See him still breathing very heavily from the heat and because his belly is not empty. So despite all the times we've seen him fail, he's obviously succeeding relatively frequently. Miss Anna, this cat does always look like he's eaten, doesn't he? Tristan said that just before he left, which was, 3 days ago now, he said he thought he was looking a little bit skinny. But I'm not sure that he hasn't eaten since then, nothing big. But I think he has eaten. Nice breeze coming through, cooling down what has been a pretty hot day here in South Africa. I suspect it's been the standard issue 23 or so degrees in the Masai Mara. Seems to be what it is every day. Right, well, Brent Leo Smith continues to add to his tally. This time it is another male lion that has joined the first male lion that Brent had that was shouting. Maybe they will both shout together.